Welcome to another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos, a D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. It is the 30th of November. Does anyone have any announcements?
I have a really quick shout out, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out to my mother, who has just started watching our Wyverns and Weirdos podcast. I spent a little bit of time running through the core rules with her, and yeah, she's very excited. And if you've made it this far, thank you, and I love you very much.
Oh, sorry for listening.
Thank you, Mitch's mom. Sorry for everything we've ever said about Mitch's character. We didn't mean it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Guys.
I'm so sorry for Kaya.
Just in general. But yes, thank you to everyone who's been listening to us. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate your support. You're all wonderful. Thank you.
Yes. I believe we have a cast birthday coming up too in the coming week. Yes, happy birthday.
It's mine.
Happy birthday to our resident con man, Bertie and Laura.
That's me, the best character, obviously.
So
thank you.
Have your customary birthday inspiration.
Back to double inspiration. Excellent, thank you.
Okay. And as always, remember to check out Patreon for early access and the like. And check us out, share us with your friends. Comment on stuff.
All our socials will be down below, guys.
Yeah.
You know the drill. You've made it this far. We're X amount of episodes in. We love you every single time it happens. We'll keep fucking talking about it every single time. So please, lots of love. We don't shout you out in the episode. It's probably just because we pre-record these things.
Yeah.
We love hearing from you.
Yes.
And please interact with us.
Yes.
We froth over it.
So, without further ado, let's jump into another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos.
Or I just let it hit me in the face.
And we're back.
Hello.
Hey.
So,
Hi, friends.
where we last left off, there was a lot of deep and meaningful conversations, and the party teleported to Deosil, where they were greeted by the sight of utter chaos, highlighted by many Githyanki and humanoid soldiers fighting each other, and 11 red dragon riders in the sky. So, what would you like to do? Just quickly, while you're thinking of that, roll initiative. I have so much I'm looking at right now.
Ooh.
Please be good.
Ooh.
Can I panic as a free action?
Yes.
Is that a thing that I would like to do that? Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be happening.
Okay.
As that happens, and as everyone rolls initiative, Anya is immediately like, nope. And she grasps her rod of security. Hold on. I just want to double check when I can next spend it.
In the meantime,
Until 10 days. Yeah, it's been 10 days, surely.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
She's like, nope, and immediately everyone is in the Caius Silvius manor again, except there's no one there. No one else. Like, no guards, no nothing.
Huh?
Okay.
Draw my sword.
No. It's fine. It's the rod of security. For those of you who, I think it was just Caius who wasn't here last time. I have a rod. This is just a safe place. I can choose what it looks like. I was thinking very quickly, and you made, like, your home is safe. It will just
What doesn't stop time though, does it?
No.
So there are people outside still dying.
But to be fair, right at this exact second, it might be good for us to plan something.
I kind of panicked.
But Bertie, while you guys are chatting, while you guys are chatting, like as well, Bertie's kind of like just some like to the floor, kind of like with his like kind of like a little like the fetal, not exactly the fetal position, but like he's just crashed down the floor now, just like having a little moment while you guys are all once, I imagine. But yeah, just for the record.
Okay.
Is there a door? Or can we see anything out the windows?
There's... I don't think there would be anything visible out the windows.
It's in an extra planar space.
It's just like closed curtains. And there are doors, but like you go up to open one and it doesn't budge.
Yeah, it's no matter how many times this happens, you don't get used to it. So, but we're here, we're safe. So I don't think we need to, but I think we need to come up with a plan because that was bad.
Yeah. Oh, Bertie, are you okay?
Those things that were attacking, that was the thing I saw when I passed out last time. And now they're here in Dayasil. That didn't look good. That didn't look good at all. They must have come out of some kind of like rift or something just around here. I'll be fine in a moment. Yeah, that's cool. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, okay.
Betty,
yeah.
Betty, this is important. Does message work between... Does sending work between extraplanar spaces?
It should, but there's a chance it might not work. I haven't really tested that kind of stuff out before.
You are important, and you are not well. How important is it that it is you that returns the shard?
I can't stay in here. I can't let you guys go out there. It has to be me. I got to Fethus about it, so otherwise he might not get the right idea. So yeah, it's gotta be me. Sorry, you can't do that. Sorry, that plan's not gonna work.
Okay. That's
we'll
fine.
Sort this out.
Ratty. She reaches into her pack. She kind of crouches down to where you are, and she hands you over the Hellfire dagger. And she's like, I do not care whether it is living or dead or undead or beast or anything. If anyone tries to hurt you, kill them with this. Do not let them near you.
Yeah, I will. Sorry, having a moment. That's fine. Yeah, we gotta do something.
It's okay, Bertie. It's why I did this. I don't... Did anyone count how many there were? of the dragons, not of the rest. I know that there was a lot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Oh.
I mean, I can throw random numbers at you. Is Neumann correct in saying 10?
11.
11. Yeah, I think around about 10, maybe 11. I'm not too sure. So the dragons, I think I saw maybe about 10 or 11.
Okay.
But that was just at a quick glance. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Anya, she nods and she stands up and she starts pacing. And she pulls out her Dragon Slayer rapier and she's like, okay. We need a plan of action here. I don't know.
Well, clearly we can't take on hundreds of people and 11 dragons.
Well, is stealth an option? Birdie, can you do your ash? That's always
Oh, what a good idea. Yeah, hang on. And he pulls out the a little ash vial from his pocket. He's like, cool, yeah, this is why I created this for. This is why I'm useful. Hang on, just one moment. And he makes the kind of sigil movement on his hand and then puts the ash on his palm. It's like, just wait a moment. And goes and blows the dust over everyone. And I imagine nothing happens.
Yeah, nothing happens.
It's a cleric spell.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
That's okay. It's all good.
Oh god.
It just means we need a backup plan. And she kind of looks to Caius, and she looks a little bit. She looks a little bit torn, and she's like, Caius, this is your strength here. Fighting is your strength. I have a suggestion, but I do not know if it is wise.
So, since we got in here and Caius figured out that he can't look through the windows, he has sort of distanced himself from the group. He has been pacing and whispering to himself. And there's a lot of different topics that he's talking about. And surprisingly, one of the topics includes a bunch of numbers.
Okay.
So, yeah, and on hearing his name, he will look up. And there's a piercing intensity in his gaze that he hasn't had for a while.
You are a very strong fighter, and I am very good at packing hard punches from the shadows. If we can create a distraction, we might be able to give the others a pass.
Us? Hold on. My whole shtick is distracting people. Shouldn't someone who can protect Birdie go with Birdie? I can give him a couple things to keep him going, but honestly, I was going to stand on top of that hill and yell.
He was just waving his arms in the background. I can do it. But I imagine you guys just keep on talking.
Ross, Neumann, it is important to me. Bertie and the two of you are very... Neumann aside, despite his very flashy armor, you're very noticeable, but you have ways to escape notice. And Neumann is a rogue. He knows how to do this. There are no two who I would trust more to get through this. And Bertie, I know things are hard, but you know how to be in the shadows, and you know we've done this before. And I trust that you can do this again. And if Caius and I can create a distraction, we can get them off you enough for us to run and hide.
While this whole conversation is happening after Bertie tried to cast Pass Without a Trace and just blew dust ash in people's eyes, he's kind of been just staring at the floor and obviously people are worried about that, but like if this is a movie, you would see kind of like there's a slight little crackling noise as like I guess like his extremities, like his hands, and I guess like when normally there's petals falling from his hair, just sort of starts to like crack a bit, like starts to ice over slightly, and then he kind of like shrinks but he's focusing because he's using his talkie into head warlock thing, and he pokes into Caius's head, I suppose. He's like, "What's your plan?" While Anya's talking about what her plan is.
So Caius isn't going to respond. He just looks at Bertie and gives just a reassuring nod, like he's got something. But he's going to wait for Anya to finish talking.
Okay. Excellent. And then I guess he does then lapse back into what Anya's saying, and again like the ice just starts to keep kind of crackling up his arms, and then when she's finished talking he kind of like just clenches his fists and that like kind of like puffs off, I suppose, with a little bit of like so it goes back to normal kind of thing, like no, he looks really uncomfortable. He's like, no offense, but like, I think we should all talk this through first. I'm not comfortable with people putting themselves into trouble because of me. And, yeah, that's a good plan, Anya, but Caius, what is your idea? You're the military man. You're the strategist.
And I don't
Please.
want to do this if we're not all on board. I do
Yes.
want to make that clear that
Good,
this needs to be
Anya.
something
That is
we are all
enough.
on board for.
Stop, please.
Caius is going to take pause for a second. And then he's going to step up. We're not here to win a war. We are here for one job, and one job only. As much as we would like to help these people, I don't know if that is in our power. You don't attack a city unless you know you're going to win. That is a big force. They have air combat locked down. I didn't see any aerial fighters from the city. I don't know if they've not been deployed yet or they've been otherwise dealt with. There's a significant ground force making their way into the city. I think if it was a small group, a distraction would work. But a large coordinated group like this, being led on multiple fronts by multiple, assuming there is some form of hierarchy, because they are moving in a pattern, that would indicate someone is leading them, which means a distraction of two people isn't going to mean much. If we're going to do this, we need to move as a group at a distance, not a big distance, but a distance large enough that, well, as we've seen before with Dragon, they can attack groups of people. So we want to make ourselves as unappealing as possible for a dragon to attack us. So we move in small groups, we move hunched, we move quickly, we stick to the shadows. If we're going into this city, we do it quietly, and we only take fights that we think we can win. If we don't, or if we stretch them out too long, we need to disengage and find an alternate route. If we're getting this done, we need to go quickly, because that fight out there, it's going to be decided very quickly. They have the mobility to be able to take the city in potentially a day. So we either lay low and try and figure out something else to do, or we go in and we get this done.
Anya nods.
Like that Jason won't be here anymore, so I think that's a good point. We just gotta try and prioritize stuff. I like Caius's plan.
I've got a question. You mentioned that you saw this in a vision, yes? These guys? Those guys on the dragons, you saw them in a vision or something, didn't you?
Yep, I did.
After talking with Zarth as well? So do you reckon he knows?
Well, I don't know. It's just a vision. I have them sometimes. I don't know. Names are not because it's real, so I think it does have something to do with Zorth and Dethara? Probably, so it's not good either way.
Do you think that perhaps we might be the reason why this attack is happening at the moment? And maybe they're trying to stop us? Would there be any benefit to taking this city otherwise, or?
I don't know, to be honest.
Because I'm thinking if
Bertie.
we are the reason, then perhaps they might be waiting for us as well.
Bertie, roll me an intelligence check.
Oh god. Oh no. Hang on. I rolled
do
a 6,
have-
so.
you do have
You have
inspiration.
inspiration.
Twofold.
Okay.
But
Use inspiration once for that. Oh, it was a 16. That's
16,
better. So it was
yeah.
a 2 previously.
So, you recall there was a similar instance where this happened, where on the airship you had a vision of Zorth and Dethara tearing through the plains and elemental creatures coming out.
And I think probably only now, Bertie is sort of connecting that as well. And he's like, oh god.
And then the next day, you fought an elemental creature. It wasn't one that you had seen in the vision, so your immediate guess would be that it's not targeted at you guys. It is simply that there is this sudden outpouring of these creatures into this plane.
I think it's just random. I had another dream that didn't show it, but it was on, and it was about a tear in the sky. And then I was talking to the people that ran the airship, the crew, later happened with the elemental, and they were saying that there's no, like, they've never before. It shouldn't have been in our plane. I think it's just happening randomly. I think it's just there's tears everywhere and stuff's just coming out. It's kind of falling apart everywhere, I guess.
As bad as that is, I think that works better for us. Because I guess, we could assume that they aren't specifically looking for us or are going to stop us specifically. So I guess stealth is a very viable option then. So I'm all good for this plan.
Out of curiosity, Darby.
Yes.
When we entered this alternate plane, how far along, or first of all, how far away were we from the closest skirmish, and how far along does the invasion look like?
You were probably about 60 feet away from the closest skirmish. It looks like it's recently started, but not immediately.
Okay. And we're inside the city, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay.
If I may, Bertie, you know this area the best. And Ross, we know that you can't cast this again until tomorrow. I think a rendezvous point is wise, especially before we go. If we get separated for any reason, the rendezvous point should be the end of day goal for all of us. And she looks around to see, like, everyone. She's like, is that something we can be on board with?
Yeah, but we stay together mostly. But I guess if people, if you get into trouble, you run away. I don't know. I guess like the church. It's in the knowledge quarters, so it should be not too hard to get to. They seem to be attacking the main part of the city. There's a couple of, there's a big place with a huge orchid up the top of the hill. No, it shouldn't be too far. You can kind of wind round from the streets. Most points you can get to there from there pretty quickly. So that should probably be the best place to go, I think.
Okay.
What about sewers or maybe underground canals that we might be able to use? Avoid aerial contact.
I don't know. Does DSL have a sewer system, Darby?
It
Are they that
does.
advanced?
It does have a sewer system. You don't know how to access it though.
I think that
I didn't spend.
I understand where you're coming from, Neumann, but I think that having a sighted point for us to get to, somewhere that we can see, is what's most important. Obviously, when you get there, if there is no cover, find cover and hide until the others arrive. Hopefully it will not come to this. We will stick as close together as is safe.
Yeah.
But if you get separated, go to the rendezvous point.
If it's intact, there should be a tavern there, or like you can hide in the orchard. There should be lots of places there to hide, so that would probably be the best. And it's higher up, so it should be easier to get to. But hopefully that won't happen. Huh.
I'm going to take out a piece of parchment and a bit of chalk. I'm going to really quickly and crudely sketch just a picture of an upside down dead tree with a couple of branches. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to show it to everyone. If we do get separated and you can't make it to any sort of rendezvous point, draw this symbol somewhere on wherever you're located. And in the event we do have to try and find someone, we will look for that symbol.
It's a really good
point you
idea.
out. We've used this before.
Okay.
Now, before we go out there, time is obviously of the essence. We are in the middle of the first engagement, it looks like. There may be more troops that are coming through. There may be people who are already, or enemies who are already in the city that are potentially posing as residents. We don't trust anyone. We move quickly. We keep our distance from each other, but we maintain eyesight at all times. In the event we think an encounter might be too much, we break off. This is a long, drawn-out engagement. We don't want to blow everything at the start. We don't want to go into our second fight winded. So, and unfortunately, I feel like we may end up in a fight.
I do have one more thing, and it is only a suggestion, and if any parties are not comfortable or not happy, we will throw it out. But I think that it is most important
Well, Ross, do you have the spell of invisibility? Is that something that you can cast on others?
Yes. I can cast it on one of you, or
Bertie, I know you might not be comfortable with it, but I think it is important that out of all of us, that you are not seen. Because if they find you, I don't know how bad it could be. However, this does pose that Bertie will not be within our eyesight. And it does pose a risk for all involved.
I think I'm not comfortable with that, and also I keep kind of bursting into flames whenever I get stressed, I guess. So I think even if I was invisible, it might screw with that anyway.
Okay. No,
but
that's
yeah.
good. That's all we need to hear. That is okay.
Don't worry about it. This should be fine. And Bertie kind of like again is kind of like again he's kind of like very into himself, like very. He looks stressed. Obviously, we all are. Again, like his like the fingers and like the tips of his ears start to ice over again, and then he kind of like tries to pull that back, and then he grabs like not the Hellfire dagger, the little cultist dagger he has, and he quickly like runs that over the palm of his hand again, and then pops like his index finger to like drag it into a sigil, and then not the same kind of icing over that he's been starting to do, but like his hair kind of goes more rigid, and then like there's kind of like anyone who's staying closer to him, it's a bit colder again. So he's cast Armor of Agathes on himself with his Warlock slot. Yeah. So, and so he kind of just like ices over a bit. He's like, cool, that worked. Okay, it'll be fine. Don't I guess yeah.
And
cool.
I mean, this sort of I see your spells are sort of working now. I still don't understand how it works, and I did mean to give you these the other night, but I didn't want to bother you any more than I already had. And he brings out the braces of panache again.
Oh.
Me and Ross were talking, and we decided that these are probably best for you. And whilst you probably won't be able to use them anytime soon, because I know for a fact this is an item you have to become familiar with before you get its effects.
We figured that out together, I guess.
We think that you're the one that's most suitable. And if you are in a situation where you can't use your spells or your magic, then maybe this would be a viable option. And if you ever get some downtime, you'll at least have the option to wear these if you had some downtime. So maybe just hold on to these for the time being.
Yeah, and he like takes them and he instantly like puts them on, and then he's like, "You're right," and he reaches into his backpack and pulls out the giant Slayer Falchion, and kind of like tries to like attach it to tries to like quickly sort of find a way to attach that to his back, and then he also pulls out the moon staff again from this tiny little backpack, and taps that on the ground to restore his spell slot that he burned for Armor of Agathes. That's okay, Darby?
Yeah.
And I know...
It kind of flickers with like a horrible red energy for a moment. Like, yeah, cool.
And I know we're raring to get going.
Yeah.
But I feel like we should take as much time as we need to make sure we do this successfully instead of rushing out there and having something happen. So does anyone need to do anything to prepare? Do we need to take a short rest so that people can become familiar with items, people can prepare spells, get spell slots back, that sort of stuff, like get your magic power back, anything like that? Can anyone cast any spells or anything like that to give us the advantage? I've got a few things in mind, but they're definitely spur of the moment, nothing preparatory.
If I may, I think I understand we want to get as ready as possible, but we are wasting time, and war moves quickly. And the fight was 60 feet away from us when we came in here 10 minutes ago. We need to go now if we want a chance to get out of here.
Yeah. He's right. We shouldn't wait.
Anya looks over to Ross and she's like, are you ready?
As I'll ever be. But first, and she's going to put a hand on Bertie's shoulder and she's going to say,
It's cold to the touch.
we can do this.
Yeah, it's very cold.
We can do this. You can do this. It's all going to be okay. And she casts protection from good and evil.
Thank you, Ross. Yeah. Thanks, Ross. I really appreciate it. Actually, one moment, Ross. Can I have your attention for a moment? Can we step to the side for a moment?
Yes? Yeah.
Cool. We do that. Barry screws across and he reaches into his bag and he's like, I know. I think we're probably a bit more similar than I would probably like. And I know the stuff that I don't know what happened back then, but well, I mean, we heard that you guys were going to get diamond stuff. And he reaches into his backpack and he has, I'm pretty sure, he has 2 gemstones. He has, yes. So he has a blue diamond which he's going to keep. He has another one which is 1,000 gold pieces worth, and he pulls that out. He's like, I want you to have that as a contingency plan. I know it can't protect you from it. I also don't want you to pay favorites, but hopefully you won't get separated, but just keep people safe if that's what happens. And if something happens to me, I got another one in my backpack, and the hand you have is actually really great. You can put your hand in, and whatever you're thinking of, which can be very awkward sometimes, comes into your hands. So, yeah, if it's in my backpack. So, but yeah, take that. If something happens, I want you to keep everyone safe, but, and he looks specifically at Kai's, who's like, just, yeah, keep an eye on everyone, please. Anyway, cool. Anyway, and return. He spins around, and rejoins the group, I suppose.
Ross
Anya
puts the diamond in her bag with the others.
Anya looks around and she's holding the rod that does the whole place. Can't remember what it's called, and I've lost my card again. The rod of security.
Yeah.
She's holding the rod of security in one hand and her dragon slayer rapier in the other hand, and she looks around at everyone and she's like, are we ready?
And I guess Bertie will run to Kai's side, of course. And he'll pass Kai's one of the great healing potions he bought at Braxton's. He just shoves it in his hand. He's like, just stay safe, and he tries to hold his hand, hold his other hand, and give it a little squeeze awkwardly. He's like, and thank you. I'm really glad that you're here, and that was a really good plan also.
I give a nod, but I'm
Yeah.
sort of out of it at the moment. I'm going to. I've been doing stretches. I'm going to look over at the rest of the group and say, before we go out there, always keep looking forward. Look to your group. Look to whoever it is that you're following at the moment. Don't look around you. Just... I know it's difficult to say, but try not to think. Don't think about things too much, because if you stop and think in war, you're dead. So, eyes forward. Keep your weapons ready. And always think about what we need to do next. Always just the next foot.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, let's go.
for
Yeah.
the planning, everyone, re-roll initiative, but with advantage.
Cool.
Oh.
If you would
Anya-
like to reuse your previous roll, you
Hey.
can, but not
I would
If-
like to.
Absolutely not.
not if you've already re-rolled.
Fuck. Okay, then I guess my new initiative is 11.
Oh, no.
Anya waits until Caius makes eye contact with her and nods before she releases.
Okay. Neumann,
The
26.
Anya.
That's a natural 20, by the way.
Okay, so don't
Oh my
forget you
God.
have advantage on the first action you take.
23 for Anya.
3. Bertie,
18.
18. Nice. Caius, what disgusting number do you have?
28, and that was not a natural 20.
Oh my
All
god.
So, Caius, on your signal.
I give a nod.
Anya drops.
So as you return everyone to the material plane, you immediately all dodge out of the way as you hear and see this red dragon falling from the sky and hitting the ground dead. A quick glance at the field shows that each side is kind of at a stalemate. Neither one really backing down, but it is down to, from what you can gather, 3 dragons still in the sky. And there is now a small contingency of young silver dragons, so large size, being led by one adult gold, so huge size, fighting the dragons in the sky.
We recognize the dragon?
No.
Do they have riders or no?
No.
But gold usually good
Yeah.
from memory, from Neumann's memory, so that's
Yeah.
good.
So, Caius, you won initiative, obviously. What do you want to do?
It was close this time. It was good.
Yeah.
Give me a challenge. Where is the closest cover?
Closest cover is probably about 25 feet away to the
Is
side.
there an enemy between us and the cover?
Not between this particular point of cover, but there are enemies nearby.
Okay, cool.
Like, definitely inside. I would say where you are, there are 5 Githyanki warriors
Okay.
in the general vicinity.
And they're not currently looking at us, are they?
No, they're engaged in battle with different guards, being led
Excellent.
by a paladin.
Okay. And sorry, I keep asking questions. How close is the nearest red dragon?
Right behind you, because it just fell from the sky dead.
How close is the nearest alive red dragon?
You're fucking smart ass, Darby.
I mean,
Probably
between
in the sky
yeah,
fighting the
in
other
the
dragons?
in the sky, probably about 150 feet up, and probably 60 feet away as the crow flies.
Okay. Cool. In that case, I'm going to point at the shadows, gesture to keep down, and I'm going to hold my action,
All right.
which is to shoot a crossbow at the first Githyanki that moves towards the group.
All right. Neumann, your go.
Oh god. Yep, I'm going to go to move towards the place where Caius pointed. I'm assuming he went for the cover as well. Is that?
Oh yeah. So I moved to the cover and then held my action to Sorry.
Cool. Cool. I will. I'll probably do the same. But as to what action I withhold, I'm not too sure.
I mean, you don't have to hold an action. You can just stay. You can hide. Because you've got the cover. Anya on deck.
And just double checking, I can't use hide as a bonus action, can I? No, I
yes,
usually
you can.
can't I?
Yeah, you're a rogue.
Cool. Well, can I ready an action to cast guidance on Caius?
You can just cast.
If
you can just cast
guidance
guidance on him.
Yeah, sure, cool. I'll cast guidance on Caius because he's probably not the sneakiest boy. So if we can increase our chance of being detected, undetected, that'd be great. So you basically just get an extra D4 that you can add to your any ability check.
Okay.
Only an ability check though. And I will then hide myself as I move towards the next
roll your stealth, and Anya, it is your go.
Okay. Anya moves forward with her full movement. So she first moves to the cover that Caius had scouted for us. And then she scouts out for the next available cover point. How far away is that?
Roll perception check.
Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I didn't have...
Of the PC's, Birdie's on deck.
So what's 17 plus 14?
Enough.
31? 30.
Yeah, so you quickly look around and spot a location about 60, 70 feet away that would be the next best point of cover in the direction that you believe you're going.
Okay, is there any like minor cover between those points?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Something that if there's like one crate that might serve to hide one person, but
Yep, okay. And are there many enemies between that point that would notice?
Between here and there are what is that? 15 Githyanki warriors. Engage with 10 guards.
Okay. She's going to move to the crate cover. Bonus action hide. And can she still sort of hold an action?
Crate cover you can't quite get to while also bonus action hiding.
Why?
Because it's 25 feet. You could just get to the crate.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it was like a out of
because you're fast.
But
yeah.
Yeah. She has 45 feet of speed. Sorry, I probably should have clarified that. That's the only reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have even asked. But yeah, so she'll bonus action hide. Does she still have an action she can sort of hold then, or no?
Not really with getting to the crate.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so 24.
Okay, noted.
What was Neumann's?
I rolled a 4, which means I got a 20.
Okay. One of the Githyanki spots most of you. It does not see Neumann or Anya, and is going to move towards Caius.
Does he like crossbow?
Is he like being dead?
you have your attack roll.
I have never used this crossbow before.
Yeah.
And I have 2 of them.
It's just Caius, baby.
Are they hand crossbows?
Yeah, I have a heavy one and a light one.
He just uses them to lift weights mostly. So
Yeah, that's it. That's
So
cocked.
could you realistically dual wield them?
Um,
Oh, you'd have used it.
yes,
Out with the bonus.
but I wouldn't.
Yeah.
That is a 17.
That just hits.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll for damage.
That is 9 points of damage
9 points of damage. Okay.
with my non-magical crossbow,
Yeah.
if that means anything.
It means that you can't take extra attacks.
Yep. I guess I use my.
Okay.
Can I use my second attack to reload? Is that a thing that I can
I
do? Or?
think so. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure, but like you can be reloaded for your next attack, basically. It's gonna make 2 attacks against you, but that is a 4 and a 5 on the dice, so those are gonna glance off your armor.
Oh, hell
Okay.
yeah.
Are they ranged attacks,
No.
or are we in melee? Oh, goody.
He's approached and is in melee.
Cool. Not for long.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Bertie, your go.
Cool. So Birdie will have been following along.
Rost's on deck.
Yeah, behind the rest of the Neumann and Anya and Caius. And I guess the second he gets there, if he sees the Githyanki immediately moving into attack, he will just reflexively grimace and then hold out his left hand and try to blast them with Eldritch Blast.
Okay. 3 attack rolls, please.
Yeah, so the first one, actually I'm just going to use D&D one for that. Hang on, sorry guys, just one moment. Just faster. So Eldritch Blast. So attack roll. First one is 15 to hit, so that wouldn't hit. Yep. Next one is a 19 to hit, so that will hit. And the third one is 17 to hit.
17, that just hits, so...
Okay, cool. So 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Yeah, so
Hang on.
2d10 plus...
Plus 5, yeah.
So it'd be
first
plus
one,
10. So,
Plus 10.
yeah, because each one adds it.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
So 13 for the first one plus the 5.
Yep.
And so 20 altogether
All right.
damage on that Githyanki.
Alright. Decent amount of damage. It's already looking shaky. Alright. Ross.
She also was snuck to the cover, and again, upon seeing this guy go for Caius, she's gonna turn around and go fuck off and hit it with heat metal at a I want it dead. 3rd level.
3rd level? Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, what's the damage? He can't save. It's heat metal.
Yeah, he cannot. 1, 2, 3. Is it plus anything for heat metal, or is it just 3?
It's just the
3d8.
dice. Yeah.
19.
19. He's in a lot of pain, but just hanging in there.
Dare he?
You literally are one off.
Oh, well,
I think that's all you can do on your go, though.
yeah,
Unless
my
you
bonus
want to.
action is 2 weapon fighting.
Yeah,
I only have 1.
yeah. And you need to already be wielding 2 weapons to benefit from that.
So,
Caius,
it's fine.
your go. There is a barely hanging on to life Githyanki in front of you.
Cool. I turn to the rest of the group. I say, keep going. And I swing with my sword.
Alright. Roll to
like
hit.
to draw good old Cinder Knocked.
Yep, roll to hit.
That's pretty good. That is a 36 to hit.
That'll certainly hit. I won't bother asking you to roll damage because, as I said, he's 1 hit point.
Yep. And then I will... Did he look damaged before he came up?
Not particularly little bits of scuffing, but yeah.
All right, cool. And we will continue.
Yeah. Okay. Neumann.
Alright, he's gonna go. Well, actually, did Anya give any signal as to where to go next? Or
I would presume so. Yeah.
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Well, Newman's gonna head over to there and do the same thing, except this time he'll prepare. He'll prepare. I don't know, just an attack action if anyone comes into range or something like
Okay.
that. But yeah, he can't really do anything until then. And a bonus action hide again.
Okay. Roll stealth. Anya.
Oh, nice. 31.
So Anya, how far would Newman have been able to make it? Would he have been able to make it to the other cover, or
30 feet.
Neumann. Yeah. 30 feet. So he would have made it
to the crate cover?
to the crate. So
Yeah, I'm assuming we're tag teaming out because
Yeah.
as soon as he gets there,
Yeah.
she moves immediately to the other cover.
Yep.
Does it look like any of the Githyanti or any of the enemies have taken notice?
No, not really. There's maybe one or two that kind of did a bit of a look over the shoulder, but
didn't actually get
But-
proper notice.
at this point don't seem interested in people who are skulking around,
Okay.
at the very least.
If she bonus action hides, is she having not used all of her movement? Would she be able to then hold an action or no? It's fine if not.
Just, I think. Yes.
Okay. So she will bonus action hide. But she is going to pull out one of her daggers. And in the hand that she doesn't have her rapier, and just prepare it to throw at any. Do I have to be specific about which Githyanki, or
No,
can it
it's
just
just
be,
like if a
okay.
Githyanki comes in range.
Yeah, if a Githyanki comes in range. And
So is that, being a dagger, is that long or short range? So is that 10 feet or 30 feet?
I will double check for you.
So no, are you setting that if it comes within 10 feet or if it comes within 30 feet, you want to?
30 feet,
30
but
feet.
if it's noticed the party.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I don't want to,
Yeah.
do the attack if the Githyanti
Yeah.
hasn't noticed this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No Githyanki are coming towards anyone at the moment. Bertie.
And- sorry, the
Yeah.
stealth check was a 26.
Okay. Bertie.
Birdie will continue along behind them. He is still sticking
Okay.
mostly closely to Kaya, so that's about it.
I-
And he'll
Yeah. Are
he'll
you?
prepare to.
Yeah. Are you holding an action or using it to dash?
Yeah, he'll hold. He doesn't want to dash in front of people at this point, because
Okay.
the plan is to stick together and then disperse if we need to. He will hold an action that if something like if an enemy attacks or comes closer to the party with evil intent, he's going to just use Eldritch Blast again.
Okay.
Magic missile. I mean,
Actually, please do specify because you have access to
it
both.
is Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
Magic missile. Yes. Oh, let me just prepare my magic missile.
Because
Wink.
you literally have access to both now.
I know, Darby. Let's go to the next person.
Okay, Ross.
Ross.
Continue to the next point.
Alright. Holding an action
she-
or dashing?
Would dashing get me?
Dashing
like,
gets
if
you
I just-
further.
Dashing gets me to where Anya is.
Close to. It would get you 10 feet away from the next point of cover.
But I wouldn't be undercover.
No, but you wouldn't be undercover without dashing either. Without dashing, you'll just be in the middle of the street.
You
Okay,
could
well-
dash up into Newman if you'd like.
Yeah, I want to dash to Newman.
Okay, yep.
And along the way, I'm going to pull. It's not technically a held action, but I am going to pull my new rapier out
Okay.
Hey.
and have that ready.
Alright. Overhead, you see, like, another dragon fall to the ground. like another red dragon, but you also see from a different spot a silver dragon fall to the ground. Neumann.
Good, not so good.
Neumann.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I'm just going to go up to where Anya is, which is within 30 feet.
What is it? It's
if not feline agility.
Yeah, I think it's about 40 from. Yeah. So
Yep, feline agility up to there, and bonus action hide, ready in action in case anyone comes into melee range, so we can protect anyone that comes up to him.
Okay.
And oh, that's not as good. 18 for stealth.
All right. Anya.
I think I was before Neumann.
Caius.
Yeah, I was
Caius.
scrolled down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was going to say
Caius.
usually Caius is before Anya.
Sorry, Caius.
Yeah.
Really quickly, I want to, head up to where the rest of the group is.
Okay.
Keeping spacing. I want
Yes.
to stay about 10 feet away from the closest person.
Yeah.
And in like a loud whisper, if there is such a thing. A
Ah,
hush
so
Stage
scream,
whispers.
if you will. Just want to say, you know what I've forgotten? I don't say anything. I just look at the group and go, "Huh!" And then we keep going.
All right, Anya.
Our mighty leader.
So Neumann has
Anya-
caught up with you. Caius and Ross and I believe Bertie are at the crate. I think Bertie got to the crate.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bertie did, yeah.
Yeah.
Anya wants to scan for the next cover point.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Yeah. Uh, 24. Hold on. Nope, 24 still.
You don't see another cover point, but you do see the church. It is about 90 feet away though, so
90 feet away.
yeah.
Okay. And are there many enemies between?
There are quite a few. There is, if you basically bolted from where you are directly to the church, you have a clear line to run in. But it basically, if you catch the attention of one of them by bolting in the wrong kind of way, then obviously they might go try to deal with you in some way. But the Githyanki, you can see, are engaged in combat in one way or another with various guards and paladins and war clerics of the city.
Okay. Shit. All right. And how far away is Bertie from where she is now?
Bertie is about, I think I worked out 40 feet from where you are.
40 feet. Okay. Anya's gonna. So who's with her? Just Neumann?
Just Neumann, yeah.
Okay. Anya's gonna turn to Neumann and she's gonna be like, I can cast darkness to hide our path there, but then they know we are there. But if we start to go, we will still have to fight.
And then Neumann says, I can get me and Birdie there instantly and create a smoke screen if that helps. But that's pretty much all he can say within the time allocated.
Okay. Yeah, no Githyanki are gonna approach anyone. Bertie, it is your go.
I haven't gone yet.
Oh, did you not
You
go in all
literally
that
stood
time?
there.
Okay.
She stood
Alright.
there and talked.
That's yeah. Okay. I will say you've used your action definitely for the perception.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. She's going to move forward as stealthily as she can.
Yeah.
And hold a position. Oh, hold on.
So you're 90
90
feet
feet,
from
you
the
said?
church. Yes. You could technically get there
She's
this
gonna
round
dash.
if you. Yeah.
She's gonna dash
Yeah.
to the church.
Movement
and
bonus
hold-
action dash, and yeah, you're at the church.
Yeah. Yeah, and hold her position there. Obviously, she's already done the perception check, so she can't do an action, but she's readying herself to cast darkness.
Okay.
If need be.
Yeah. Bertie.
Yep. So Birdie is going to run, trying to catch up with the rest of the party.
Okay. So you can get. So you can move 60 feet, 40. I believe it's 60 feet for you. Because your speed is 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So 40 feet gets you to where Anya and Neumann. Where
Newman
Anya
is,
was
yeah.
and Neumann is.
Yeah.
Do you want to use that extra 20 feet?
No,
make-
he'll wait
start
there
making your way to the church?
the discussion was that everyone sticks
Yeah.
close-ish together, but not too close. Yeah.
Um,
And he'll just crouch down and he's going to look back to check that everyone else is getting to him safely.
all right. Ross.
Same thing.
Okay.
Gonna try and be sneaky and get to where Neumann and Bertie are.
Okay. Caius.
This is is there a fairly large engagement in front of us?
Reasonably. You're still 40 feet away from where Neumann is.
Yes,
So that's in total about 130 feet from the church.
correct.
Yes.
I'm going to move up 30 feet.
Yeah. So you are 10 feet away from the hiding
Yep.
point.
Can I see Anya at all?
Yeah, you can see that
She
she's
didn't hide,
Yeah,
so it's-
she's on the doorstep of the church.
Okay. I'm going to look out at Anya. I'm going to put a finger up to my lips.
Mhm.
And then gesture you into the church. And I'm assuming that's my action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. Then yeah, that's all I do.
Okay,
He
Neumann.
nods.
I hope this is a good decision. Neumann will go and gesture to Kais because I would have liked to have thought that he could see that little gesture. And he'll go, I can get us there straight away, but it will create some smoke. Do you reckon that's a good idea? Which is a no. All right, cool. Well then, in that case, Neumann will instead just try and get up as close as he can to Anya.
Yeah.
You
Between
can't use feeling agility this time.
no,
but yeah.
but between an action dash, bonus action dash, and your full movement, you can get to the church.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. Anya.
Anya lets the darkness that she was preparing dissipate.
Yeah.
She nods at Neumann and she slips into the church. What's in the church? She does, she brandishes her weapon still. She's still got her dagger and her rapier, and she holds them.
Simply put, it is a clean, darkly coloured, well-maintained Gothic cathedral, like Gothic-esque cathedral. Beyond that, I won't go into too much more detail because we're in the middle of initiative. But
Yeah, it's mainly just scanning for if there's any
Yeah.
enemies or
no enemies. There is up towards the front of, or I guess the back of the cathedral. There is an apparent cleric of Thethys.
Okay, she gestures to him to be quiet, and
He returns with the two-fingered shush at Thethys.
she nods and she she's actually going to are there
the seats,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
pews.
the
Are they-
pews,
Is
yeah.
that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yep. She's going to bonus action hide behind
Yep.
one of them. Actually, she's going to action hide
Okay.
because she can.
It doesn't matter either way, really. Okay.
Just to be prepared
Yeah.
in case
Okay.
like enemies sneak in after the others.
Then
And that's a 24 again.
24. Okay. Bertie, you're 90
cool.
feet away from the church.
All right, so so next to me is Ross. And where's Kai? He's there as well.
Right
I
at the
believe.
back.
Yeah.
You're right at the back. Okay, cool. All right. Because holding an action, it just it dissipates at the end of the turn anyway, doesn't it? Like the round. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, he turns to Ross and goes like, okay, here we go. And then Bertie is going to run as far as he can.
You know you have some spells that might help. Just
Do I?
you have Dimension Door.
I know, but I'm saving that boy. I'm not
Okay.
using Dimension Door to just get
Okay.
to someone that... No, he's running.
Okay.
Kai said no spells.
Okay. Yeah, in
I
that
trust my friend.
yeah. In that case, yeah, you
But I like
you
it.
dash 60 feet.
It's cool.
You're in the middle of the street, so you are exposed.
Yeah.
And all you've got left is your bonus action. So,
Yeah, cool.
all right.
Not ideal, but yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah. Next.
I guess as a precaution, Bertie will wipe the sort of like crystallized sweat off his brow, and then just touch the falcon on his back.
Yeah.
Like tap that and imbue it with shillelagh.
Yeah. Okay. Ross.
Same as Birdie, I'm gonna run as far as I can
Okay.
towards the
Yeah,
church.
you get 60 feet. Okay. Caius.
I move forward 30 feet,
Yeah.
and if a Githyanki comes within melee range, I'm going for the head.
Okay. Neumann. You're on the
Alright,
doorstep.
Yeah, okay, well, is there any place I could perhaps hide on the outside so that I can keep an eye on Ross and...
Not
Birdie?
really. Not
Nope.
really, no.
Cool. Well, he's just going to go inside and hide at the door.
Okay.
On the inside of the door. Well, I guess, yeah, he also sees the Fethus
Yeah.
person, but he will keep on continuously checking out to see if they're okay.
Okay. Anya, is there anything in particular you're doing or just holding down the fort?
Are they windows?
Yes. There are kind of darkly coloured stained glass windows, mostly in muted purples and reds and greys.
Can she see like a distorted image of the others?
Actually, with your perception, yes. Yeah, it's not clear, but it is possible with your perception, as insane as it is, to make out their figures.
Okay. And I know this might be pushing it. I'm happy to make a perception roll for it, but can she try to notice if any of the Githyanki have noticed Ross and Bertie standing in the middle of the street? Or whether they're too engaged in fighting?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Yeah. Oh, nice. 28.
Okay, 28. With that, you do notice that there are two that have just slain a couple of guards that are now walking towards the two, while a third one who has knocked a paladin unconscious is walking towards Caius.
And roughly how far would they be from me?
They would be... You're from the window. They'd be about... Two of them would be about 30 feet. One would be about 60.
She... And with ranged spells...
are you going to allow me to cast them through a window, or would it depend on what it is?
Depends on the wording of the spell. What's the spell?
So I was thinking either Hex or Mind Sliver.
Just the mind of one creature you can... I mean, you can see them. So, yeah, it's certainly... Mind Sliver would probably be the better, just as a thing, because the necrotic damage is a bonus just to you that you get when attacking them.
Right, yep. No, forgot what Hex was. Forgot Hex wasn't the other one, Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always forgetting that. So she's going to cast Mind Sliver on one of the two that are within 30 feet.
Alright. So that is a save that they get, I believe. Yep, intelligence save.
Yep.
That is a natural 17, so I think... Does that just not do anything? Or does it halve?
How much is it? How much does it add up to?
Yeah, that's a point. 20.
Because if it's 20,
yeah,
it meets.
Yeah, so that was a success.
Okay.
I believe because it's a cantrip, it just stays.
Yeah, I can cast it at high levels, but I didn't, so that's fine.
All right. Well, that is your turn, I believe, unless you want a bonus action hide.
Yeah, she is going to bonus action hide again as well.
While you're dealing with...
That's a 26.
26, okay. The 3 Githyanki, so I'll start with the one attacking Ross. That is a 14 for the first attack, which misses, and a 22 for the second, which hits.
Cutting words.
Cutting words, okay. Roll your...
It's
a
D10,
D10, I believe. Yes.
And I get +2 because of Ring of the Sunweaver.
Yes.
6.
6. So that cuts it down to 16, which still hits, unfortunately.
Well.
So
I tried. It hits me less hard.
Yeah. So that is 5 points of slashing damage and 6 points of psychic damage, so 11 points of damage all up.
Okay.
Bertie, I'm gonna roll these individually because these guys are pretty beaten up, and you have that armor of Agathis up.
Yeah, I also, the second that they hit me, I imagine I would also have Shadow of Boil the second they touch me.
Yeah. Yeah, so
have fun.
Yeah.
I do have another point of contention here. They can see Bertie.
Why would they?
Yeah, I do. Fear.
Good point.
I do want to say I made my Fear of Birdie saving roll earlier.
Oh, thank you. I forgot to mention that. Yeah.
Probably do that as well.
The DC is 12, as a reminder.
I rolled an 18. I don't even know what to add to it.
I'm fine.
I just know
16.
How can you be afraid of Birdie? He's a little man.
So the one that went towards Caius failed. The other two succeeded.
The one was like going towards Caius, looks past him, sees a little elf man, is like, holy shit!
Yeah. So first attack is a 13, which I believe misses.
Yes, it does.
The second one.
Hey, entropic ward, thank you, Darby.
Oh.
Disadvantage on that roll, please.
Okay, I will roll the second die.
As the
literally both 17s.
Oh my god. Okay, well yes, that does hit him.
So
the energy of Sultan Dathara kind of like pulses out from Birdie's left hand and like warps the area around him, but it doesn't protect him.
Yeah.
Which is part of the force.
Yeah. You feel like this kind of psychic energy push through the ward. So you take 10 points of slashing damage and 4 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
As the Githyanki is also, in return, takes 25 points of cold damage from Armor of Agathis and collapses on the ground.
Excellent. So, sorry, what was the damage entirely for Birdie? My apologies.
I believe it was 14 total.
14.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Anyone's kind of like
Okay.
her. Excellent.
And Caius, the one that was going towards you, can't approach because that would also mean going closer to Bertie.
I am behind Bertie,
Yeah.
if that means anything.
Yeah, it means that going closer to you means
Okay.
going closer to Bertie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Bertie, your go. You are,
I like to
you are
imagine
30
too-
feet away from the church.
I'd like to imagine too this Gith Yankee that like that was like trying to approach Caius, but he like gets attacked by the other one, the whips around, just glares at the one that's fucking approaching
Here's
Caius,
the
and that's the one that's like, oh,
Here's the
I
thing.
don't like that.
Here's the thing too. The one that attacked Ross, it made it save, but it's now scared of you because its friend just hit you and died.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All right.
Cool.
Sure, go. You're 30
Alright.
feet from the church.
And so is there still one trying to attack Ross right now?
Yes.
Okay.
So you
Bertie
can risk the attack of opportunity, or you can do something. Do it.
Yeah, no.
Keeping in mind, the attack of opportunity may result in it dying.
Yeah, precisely. So Bo's like grins at the one that's running away from Caius, and I imagine his like eyes go back to the regular Eladrin color, which is just red rather than actual pupils. And then he turns like on the one that is attacking Ross, and reaches on his back and pulls out the giant Slayer Falcon, and then like stalks towards it, I guess. And he'll go to attack it, but attack of opportunity.
Okay. Well, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't get an attack of opportunity if you're going towards it. It's only.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So you can make an attack. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would also like to. What I'm technically doing is I would like to cast Booming Blade, please.
Yeah.
So that is. Oh, and so unfortunately he does that. So he kind of like grins at the ones that fucks off, like that's running away from Caius because of me. Ha ha ha. Then pulls out the giant Slayer Falcon, runs that over his hand, and the blood kind of like from his hand, covers the blade, like runs along the blade, and then it like kind of shakes with a sort of energy, and he goes to strike the one that's squaring off with Ross.
Yeah. Roll to hit.
Cool. And so I use Shillelagh, so I've got better to hit with that. Awesome. Sorry, that's a +10 to hit, which is much better than my strength. So it's a 23 to hit. Thank you.
That certainly hits. Roll your damage, which I
Awesome.
believe
Fantastic.
is all told 3d8 + 2.
Yeah.
Because it does include the
so-
weapons damage.
It does. Cool. So hang on. So there's an 8, and then a 9, and then a 4.
Yeah, you.
And then a 9. Yeah.
Yeah, you slash into this Gith Yankee and he goes down.
Excellent. And he's like, "Great, let's get in the church."
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna say for the rest of this, you're able to get to the church. Like,
we both go in.
there's
Oh, come on, Ross, guys, let's get in now.
Yeah, cool. And then
And
Come on, Kais, I need you in there.
I will note, because of the nature of the spell, like when you made that attack, like there was this big thunderous boom.
Yeah, just like explode. Oh no, sorry.
reason I didn't cast Thunderclap.
Oh, shite. Sorry.
But yeah, you make it into the cathedral, and you're greeted there by the High Priest of Feathers. My child.
Yeah, hey, it's me. Yeah, you probably don't even know me. Yep. Hi.
What brings you here?
I got a thing that I gotta get back to Thefus. And he like fumbles around his pocket and pulls out the shard that we got from the Wizard's Tower.
I was told there would be one. Come, place it upon the dais.
Yeah,
And he
he like
gestures
turns
towards
around.
the dais at the.
Yep. And he like turns around and he like tries to like grab Kai's hand to drag him along as well.
As soon as we got into the church, Caius quickly takes a bit of a look around, and still with his eyes not really, paying attention,
Yeah.
like vividly so, but not to any sort of conversation. He's going to wipe his blade with the sword from the blood from his sword, and he's going to look around and probably grab a pew and just start dragging it towards the door. And
As you drag it towards the door, you see Neumann close the door and barricade it with his immovable rod.
That'll
Anya
do the
also, she stands at the window that is closest to the door, and she turns to Caius and she's like, "Go to Bertie. I am a scout. I will keep watch. My eyes will not move from this door." And she turns back and she is watching, like, to the nth degree.
Caius,
I
please.
drop the large pew with my one hand, and I start to walk up to Bertie.
Okay.
So he then finally grabs Caius's arm and tries to drag him along to the pew with the shard in his other hand.
Yeah. So you approach the dais, and as they're doing so, you do see, Anya, from the big boom that was made, a contingent of Gith making their way towards the temple. Bertie, as you place the gem upon the dais, or the shard upon the dais, several things happen. One, there is a massive wave of a darkly colored, radiant energy that takes out, that you can see, Anya, takes out all the Gith outside. Caius and Bertie, you are back at your full hit point maximums. Everyone levels up. Because that's the narrative point in which that we're at right now. And Bertie, you, in an instant, find yourself in that same space where you have found yourself in the past, face to face with Fethus.
Hey, buddy. Me again.
Thank you, Bertie. My people owe you a debt of gratitude. And that is where we're going to end for this week.
Phase 1 of the combat. Oh my god. Oh boy. Jeez. Does that mean I passed out now as well? Or I'm just like having a moment.
You are having a moment.
I'll check next week. Yeah, that's all good. Oh boy.
Bertie fainted into Caius's arms. It's canonical. We all know this.
Yeah. He'll be completely fine and just be like, oh no. Yeah.
So
thank you guys.
Thank you for listening, everyone.
Thank you.
We're in the middle of a war.
Yay!
I can't believe we're doing this again.
But we're okay.
We're fine.
Let's hope we don't cause Apocalypse 2.0.
Well, at least this gem wasn't tampered with, so it's all good.
As far as we know.
Fingers crossed.
Goodbye.
Goodbye,
Bye.
guys. Thank you.
The sixth image is Bertie within Caius's arms, with Caius being the little, like the bodyguard, that image that Laura drew. And I just think that's very cute and very on brand.
Amazing.